Good morning students, welcome. Last session we have discussed about the impact of First World War on India. Now, and at the end we have discussed that a new leader appeared and suggested a new mode of struggle. We have ended with this point. A new leader appeared and suggested a new mode of struggle. So today's topic we will discuss about that leader and we will discuss about the idea of Satyagraha. And the leader was Mahatma Gandhi and his idea was Satyagraha. So today's topic will cover the idea of Satyagraha. Mahatma Gandhi was born in Porbandar in Gujarat in the year 1869. In 1882, he was married with Kasturibai at the age of 13 years. And 1888, Gandhiji reached England to study law. 1893, he went to South Africa to work as barrister. Then 1915 Gandhiji returned back to India, and from then on he took active part in the freedom struggle. And today's topic this nationalism in India lesson is about once Gandhiji entered into India, how he has led this national movement. Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in January 1915. Till then he was in South Africa, and this idea of Satyagraha was first started and implemented in South Africa. You can have a look at the picture and the matter given here. Indian workers in South Africa marched through Volstruck 6 in South. This is a place in South Africa in the year 1913. So Mahatma Gandhi was leading the workers, and it was again this was the first Satyagraha against racist laws. Can you recollect? South Africa, class 9th also we have studied racism, apartheid, racial discrimination. So all these words means discrimination on the basis of race, on the basis of skin color, black and white. Racial discrimination was going on in South Africa at that time, and Gandhiji first has used this idea of Satyagraha, and he was against. He led a march in 1913 on 6th November that denied rights to non-whites. So the method he used was a novel method, new method of mass agitation. Till then no one has used this method of agitation. Strikes, people have revolted, used weapons to fight against. Now this is the method adopted by him for the first time, where violence is not used to fight. Here the idea is Satyagraha. Now let us have a look in this paragraph what is meant by Satyagraha. So this idea of Satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and the need to search for truth. And Gandhiji suggested that if the cause was true, whatever cause you are fighting for, if it is true and the struggle was against injustice, then physical force was not necessary to fight. Did you get the point? If you feel the thing you are fighting for is correct, is true, and it was against injustice, there is no need to use the physical force. Even without that also you can win the war, or you win your point, whatever you want to put forward to fight the oppressor. Here the word has come, oppressor, in the sense the person who treats people cruelly using his authority. Okay, oppressed in the sense unjust use of authority, and the person who oppresses the people, who treat people cruelly using his authority, is referred to as oppressor. So if you feel something wrong is going on, no need to use physical force against the oppressor without seeking vengeance. Another word, vengeance in the sense the act of killing, injuring or harming someone. No need to harm another person to prove that you are true, and no need to be aggressive even. No need to be aggressive, angry. No need to be violent, no need to be angry, no need to harm the next person to prove that you are true. So what can you do? You can appeal. We can win the war by appealing to the conscience of the oppressor. Here conscience in the sense inner sense of what is right or wrong. Every living being, every person has an inner sense, personal awareness of what is right or wrong. That is referred to as conscience. Suppose during the time of notebook correction or exam time, though you outside you will say that you have not done this, but your inner conscience will tell you what you have done. Your personal awareness, you know personally what you have done. So that is what conscience. Okay, your inner feeling, inner sense of what is right or wrong. So what he is saying, no need to go with no need to go by fighting or use harm or injure another person. Just appeal to the conscience of the oppressor. Make that oppressor realize that he has done wrong. That's it. So including has to persuade to see the truth instead of being forced to accept the truth. What you are doing if you are beating a person, if you are harming the other person, oppressor, what you are doing, you are forcing him to accept the truth. No need to use violence, no need to use force to make a person realize that he is wrong. Appeal to his conscience, because every person has their own personal awareness, conscience. Appeal to the conscience, and he has to realize himself that whatever he has done is wrong. So he is saying that because truth was bound to ultimately win, triumph in the sense win. Truth, though it takes time, but truth always wins. Just we need to have patience to accept, to have wait and see that the truth wins. And Gandhiji believed that this dharma of non-violence could unite all Indians. So this is his concept of Satyagraha. Let's have a look at Mahatma Gandhi's view on Satyagraha. It is his view. It is said of passive resistance. Passive in the sense not active. We'll say in the class, no, don't be passive, be active, don't sit quiet, respond to our questions, respond to our teaching. So passive resistance. But some people have commented that Satyagraha is a passive resistance, and that is the weapon of the weak. They said that whatever Satyagraha is there, it is passive, means no aggressiveness in that. No, so they felt, people said that it is a weapon of the weak, but no, because it is, this weapon can be used only by the strong. Just to recollect, suppose if your friend or if a person sitting next to you, if they snatched a pen from you, what is the first reaction? Getting angry, raising your hand or raising your voice. Very easily it's coming. Yes, so that is the actual weakness. That is not your strength. Showing your anger, violence, harming other person is not your strength. It is your weakness, because you are unable to control your emotions. It is the weapon of the strong, not of the weak. Instead of, suppose if a friend or person has snatched your pen, instead of raising your voice or raising your hand immediately, what can be done? First, that if you raise your hands, that is your weakness, that is not your strength, because you are emotionally weak. You need to work on your emotions. If you are emotionally strong, you won't raise your hand or voice. Instead, you will say, do you need a pen? Okay, you can use it. Or you can ask, if the strong person, this is the work of a strong person, we will ask in a lower tone or in a simpler way, may I know the reason for this? Did you get the point? So raising your voice or raising your hand is your weakness, not your strength, because you are unable to control your emotions. If a person is able to control his emotions, in the sense he is very strong. So this power is not passive resistance, because it needs intense activity. Yes or not? Controlling your emotions needs more control. It's a more intense activity. So the movement in South Africa is not passive but active. Satyagraha is not physical force. A satyagrahi does not inflict pain on the adversary, on the other person. It's not satyagraha. A person, if he is holding satya, means holding firm on truth. If you are holding firm on truth, then no need to use physical force, no need to inflict, no need to create pain on the oppressor, on the other person, and no need to think about his destruction. In the use of satyagraha, there is no ill will. Thinking bad about another person is not at all allowed in satyagraha. because whatever you want is truth. The truth can be achieved without using the violence. So Satyagraha is pure soul force. Soul. Can you do? How many of you know what is soul? Body. The body which we are now living in is a body is a material thing which perishes after a certain time, in the sense dies, whereas soul is immaterial. It doesn't have death. Once the body dies off, some religious people they'll bury them, some will burn it, whereas the soul remains. So here Satyagraha is pure soul force, and it has been said that soul is informed with knowledge. It burns the flame of love. Non-violence is the supreme dharma. The truth, non-violence, knowledge, all these related to soul. So soul always truthful. No need to use physical violence for it. It is certain that India cannot rival Britain or European force of arms. These are the words of Gandhiji, saying that India cannot fight Britain or Europe in the way of arms. These British people worship war god. Why did he use these words here? Because it's the time of First World War. Okay, they are the bearers of arms, but hundreds of millions of India can never carry arms. So Indians believe in the religion of non-violence. This was the view of Gandhiji on Satyagraha. Now in this paragraph, it's a very important point relating to your map pointing and our 1 mark question also. Like the Satyagraha movements, after entering into India, Gandhiji entered India in the year 1915. Immediately he didn't enter into the political scene. He has moved from one place to another to understand the situation of India, to understand the hardships people are going on. Then while moving around, he has started first Satyagraha in Champaran, Bihar in the year 1917. And to inspire to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. Okay, oppressive, just now I said the word oppressing or oppressive in the sense using authority to put the people down, using cruelty. Okay, unjust use of authority. So here plantation system, the rules were not just, they are unjust rules. Exploitation of peasants were going on as per these rules. So here what happened in Bihar, peasants were forced to grow indigo. They have not given the information here, just to realize why this struggle has done. So in Bihar, peasants were forced to grow indigo. Indigo with that blue color has been extracted, and people use it as a dye for cloth. Okay, so when but peasants were not interested to grow indigo. The reason, once the indigo plantation is done, then the soil fertility goes off. The soil will become infertile. They cannot grow other types of crops in that soil. Okay, and though the Britishers have forced them to grow, so they have grown the indigo crop. Once the crop has come, Britishers they didn't accept the crop. They said that it's not required. When peasants agitated, they are ready to compensate, but to very minimum compensation. So that struggle was going on in Champaran in Bihar. Then Gandhiji entered the struggle. Then he has started this Satyagraha. This idea of Satyagraha he used it for the first time in Champaran and Bihar in the year 1917. Though not fully successful, but the Britishers finally accepted to increase the amount of compensation for the peasants. So first time Britishers have come down with this concept of Satyagraha and accepted it. So it was a success for Indians. Then in 1917, in the same year, he organized Satyagraha to support the peasants of Kheda in Gujarat. So first one in Bihar, place is Champaran. Second Satyagraha movement in Kheda, and it's in Gujarat. So here what happened? Here crop failure. Crop failure has affected in Kheda, and there was a plague epidemic also. But the peasants were forced to pay the revenue. Kheda peasants, they are already struggling with the disease, plague epidemic. There was no crop failure, so they did not have money to pay to the British government. So they were demanding for revenue collection to be relaxed. For that year, they were asking to relax the revenue because there was plague epidemic, there was crop failure, no money left with them. So Gandhiji joined this movement, and even this movement was successful. Britishers accepted for the relaxation. Then the third satyagraha is in the year 1918. It's in Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad also in Gujarat. Whereas this time it's among us the cotton mill workers. So Gandhiji used this concept of satyagraha. He joined the cotton mill workers agitation, and then even here also the mill workers got their demands. So mill workers, you can just think of like mill workers, what do they go for strike? Increase in the wages and better working conditions. So even this one also a success. So 3 satyagraha movements led by Gandhiji, one in the year 1917 in Champaran, Bihar, then Kheda, Gujarat, then Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Now check those places in India map. So this is Champaran in Bihar, and here you can find Kheda in Gujarat, just nearby, both are nearby, Ahmedabad in Gujarat. These are the 3 places where Gandhiji led the first satyagraha movement, and they were successful.
To force the peasants of Champaran to cultivate a cash crop called indigo, which was a popular dye used by textile industries. The sale of indigo earned the British huge profits in the international market. Apart from the oppression meted out to them and meager wages, peasants could not use the land used for indigo cultivation for any other food crop. This led to a shortage of food grains. In 1917, Mahatma Gandhi visited the Kheda district in Gujarat. These villages were also stricken with poverty and social evils. Kheda had seen a terrible famine, and people were demanding waiving of taxes. The British government, however, made matters worse by increasing the taxes. Mahatma Gandhi, along with Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, garnered mass support and organized a satyagraha against the tax burden. Another satyagraha movement was organized by Mahatma Gandhi in Ahmedabad in 1918 to support the demands of the cotton mill workers. The dispute had developed after the mill owners withdrew the special allowance given to the workers for working during the plague epidemic. Supported by Mahatma Gandhi, the workers demanded a 35% increase in salary, which was refused by the mill owners. Mahatma Gandhi then organized satyagraha protests and strikes with the laborers. After days of protests, mill owners relented and granted a 20% increase in salaries, along with other medical and educational benefits. Successful implementation of Satya